quickly and tell you a little something about him. He went out to Los Angeles with me for one of our rallies back in March. So we work really closely together, but it's a difficult time. And we have to continue to monitor every day what happens. But we have a strength that no one else has. And that is that the members of the N.A.L.C. are the most active union membership in America. So when we get to places where we need our members to do things, whether that's attend an event, whether that's make a phone call, whether that's write a letter, I suppose send an email these days, that's a strength of ours. So I encourage you all to just continue, even in retirement, pay attention to what's going on. Your branch does a wonderful job of communicating with you. Certainly read your postal record, look on our website, and I know you'll be there when we have that call to action. The other thing that I want to talk to you about that I think is timely is health benefits. So open season for health benefits begins November the 10th. And for probably most of you in this room, open season is not something that ever really crosses our mind. We have probably had the same plan, the N.A.L.C. health benefit plan, for years. It's the best one. But as we go into this open season, there's some changes that really don't directly impact us, but you're going to hear about if you haven't already. And I just want you to know exactly what is happening. So bear with me. I'm going to give you a little bit of background because it's important to understand kind of these changes I'm talking about. So everybody in this room is an active letter carrier, retired letter carrier, a significant other of a letter carrier. For many years, we've had health plans that were under the Federal Employee Health Benefits Program. And in those plans, they included both postal and other federal employees. So if you have, all the way up until the start of this year, if you had the N.A.L.C. health benefit plan, for many years that included letter carriers, other postal employees, but it also included federal employees that work for other agencies that chose to have our plan. In 2021, Congress passed a bill that we advocated for called the Postal Service Reform Act. And a main piece of that bill was a change to the way health benefits were structured. Under the umbrella of the federal program, so it's still the federal program, we basically separated postal from other federal. So starting in 2025, if you remember back about a year ago, you saw this information about this new thing called Postal Service Health Benefits, PSHB, right? Where for us, it didn't change anything in terms of benefits and all of that. But really what has happened is it's separated federal from postal. So at the N.A.L.C. health benefit plan, our plan, we have a plan for postal, which is what we all have, and we have a separate plan for federal employees. It's the same plan, effectively. The difference, though, is the premiums, what it costs. Postal employees, overall, are healthier than other federal employees, which means when it comes to setting premiums, and you project out, these people that predict the future project what claims would cost and all that sort of stuff, the benefit for us, because we're healthier, is that over the long term, premiums are cheaper than the federal employees. So this separation started in 2025. Every year, we, with our health benefit plan, go through a process for the following year of determining what the benefits will be in the plan, in this plan year 2025. So we did this work in 2024. For the first time, because we had the federal and the postal were two separate plans, we had to set premiums for each that were separate and different. Last year, we had to set the premiums for the federal side to go up twice the amount that postal premiums went up. That's because federal employees generally are not as healthy as postal employees, so you incur more cost in their benefits. Over the last few months, as we went through this same process for next year, it became really evident that on the federal side, the plan basically was not sustainable for other federal employees. Because one of two things would have had to happen. We would have had to significantly reduce the benefits while still raising premiums a lot, or we would have had to drastically increase the premiums. In either scenario, people are going to leave the plan. Here's the kicker though. Regardless of what we did, if the premiums were not enough to cover the benefits that had to be paid, the union, N.A.L.C, because we own the plan, could be on the hook to pay claims. We're talking tens of millions of dollars here. So once we considered all of this, and consider the fact that the N.A.L.C health benefit plan exists for letter carriers, per our Constitution, we made a decision to end the federal side of our plan. Do not have a N.A.L.C health benefit plan for other federal employees, non-postal employees, in 2026. The good thing, though, is that that separation that happened as a result of the legislation, they're totally separate. This in no way impacts anything on the postal side. It doesn't impact letter carriers in any way. Our plan for letter carriers is very healthy. We are incorporating some benefit improvements this year. We truly have the best plan in the entire program. It's not the cheapest plan, and in some ways it goes against a trend we've seen in healthcare where plans have cut benefits to try to maintain low costs. Our approach is always going to be to keep that high option plan that provides the best benefits that we possibly can. Employees, there may be a chance that somebody has our plan. They are not going to have our plan next year because there's not going to be a plan for them next year. But to also assure you that our plan for letter carriers and other postal employees has never been healthier, it's never been better. So if you're in the room and you do not have our plan, I strongly encourage you to look into it starting November the 10th. We have one major change that in the future that I think will be a big, big benefit to all of our members, but especially our West Coast folks. So those of you that have the plan probably know the hours for years in our health plan have been from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. basically. Any questions you have about our plan, you can certainly talk to the folks here at your branch, but feel free to call the health benefit. Let me conclude, I promise I'm going to conclude with this. You know, we all are often guilty, and I guess rightfully so, of being kind of insular in our own world. And I want to give you a little bit of perspective on what retirees mean to N.A.L.C and how unique it is in the labor movement in this country. The vast majority of unions do not have retired members. The vast majority of the small percentage of unions that actually do have retired members have very limited involvement in the union. So in many ways, we are unique among unions. Not just in the fact that retirees remain members, the fact that retirees can do almost everything that active members can do within the union. And it is rooted in years past when laws like the Hatch Act before it was reformed, prevented active letter carriers from doing certain things. Much the same issue, I guess, that spawned the need for the auxiliary and the activism over the years that members of our auxiliary have done on Capitol Hill and otherwise. But I can't imagine what our union would be like without retired members. To not have the experience, knowledge, wisdom, perspective, understanding, all the things that retirees contribute to our union. For our union. And on a personal note, thank you all for always being so welcoming and just a wonderful group of people to be around. Thank you, brothers and sisters. It's great to be with you.
Oriole Branch 176 has a small gift for you. All the appreciation for all your dedication, what you're doing for the National Association of Letter Carriers. Brothers and sisters, I'd like to give a letter carrier salute to our president. Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray! Hip hip. Hooray!
That was for Tara and past President Jerry Kearney Sr. Especially Jerry Kearney Sr. because my understanding that Jerry Kearney Sr. recommended me for Vice President to President Joseph Tara. So I failed to thank those two guys, but also failed to thank the guys that was in the trenches with me every day in the branch office. Vice President Mike Thomas is actually here today. And my executive vice president, Norm Union Jr., couldn't make it today, but us three guys, I thought we was a beautiful team, worked well together. But I'm probably pushing a little hard, but the membership deserves it. I just wanted to make sure that I thank them. Thank you.